All right, I got enough time, bruh. Happy Sunday. I had to get in, bruh. First of all, I'm late because usually on my shift where I start on a Saturday, I get out at like around 4 a.m., right? So I was gonna watch the episode earlier, episode 216, that is. Happy Sunday, my niggas. And then the fucking police rolled up on me. They didn't fuck with me, but they did this thing where they kept flashing their lights. So I was like, you low-key paranoid and shit. So I was like, you know what, bro? Let me just put this shit to rest, get ready. I had to go to work. So I came off one of my shifts, and I will be going in shortly, about a few hours. But long story short, nigga, let's get this shit 216. I went back to my old method where I sequentially go through the points as the episode had rolled out. And let me just start by saying this as well. I actually fucked with this episode. I really, really fucked with this episode. And I think it's better that I watched it later on in the day, because when I was first watching it, I was kind of tired before the police pulled up on your nigga. Um, and I was just kind of like, dog. And it was really the animation. It was really the animation that kind of turned me off. I see my nigga Isshiki, and I wasn't really feeling him, right? But that brings me to my first point. I know the real Isshiki, dog. If you read the manga, you know that nigga real fucking saucy. And that's one of my things. It's like, the way he looks in the anime, it kind of takes him out of a scaling if you compared him to OG Naruto villains and shit. Because when you read the manga, and I remember having a debate with one of my niggas, not even a debate, but I was just pretty much saying, like, dog, you know what? I fuck with him. Like, I feel like he could fit into that OG class. Like, he got a certain attitude. He has, like, this arrogance. He's that real nigga. But I just feel like the way he looks in the anime kind of just, like, he looks like a fucking Power Ranger or something. Like, he don't really fit in with the universe. Even though he's an Otsutsuki, it's like he don't necessarily blend in with the rest of what's been going on in this, like, all of Naruto. He don't really fit in. Which brings me to my second point, Amado. He is a fucking star. Now with him, there's a few characters who I feel like could blend in real nice with the OG. Like, they could survive in the OG Naruto realm where shit was real fucked up, niggas was going to war. Amado was one of them. I would say Shikadai, Inojin, of course, fucking Boruto, Shinki, and we got to throw in Mitsuki. Sarada, she would fit in too. I don't know, just like I low-key want to leave her out, but I feel like she could survive. She's just not as tough as, like, she has the mentality, but she's not as tough. She's just hella talented. She just not as fucking tough. But anyway, Amado, he is a fucking star. Like, his voice, his body language, his composure, the way he fucking acts in every scene, I feel like he fucking takes over any scene he's in. Like, he is the fucking star. And that's something that we don't necessarily see with Isshiki or even Jigen. Although he was the leader of Kara, or is the leader of Kara, you don't really feel like he's a menace. Like, when we had Pain, like, when we heard Pain's fucking voice, Isshiki does have a dope voice. Jigen had a cool voice too. But when we seen Pain, he had mysteriousness to him. It was like, yo, who is this nigga? When Obito finally started using his real voice, it was like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? The way he would, like, swag the fuck out. Nigga had like 5 different outfits, so he looked clean and all them shits. But it's just like, we see the real form of Isshiki, and it's not up to par to what we got in the manga. Jigen was not up to par with what we got in the fucking manga. Let's see, where else am I? But like I said, yeah, so Amado, really, I don't know what it is about him, but he fucking takes over every fucking scene that he's in. Like, he captivates you. I don't know if it's his voice. I don't know what the fuck that shit is. On to my third point. Now, I forgot Sasuke got clapped the fuck up like that, because I'm that nigga. When I see Sasuke on screen, I get excited. So when I seen him, pull up, he's helping Naruto and shit. He's doing that fucking Rinnegan ability, all that shit, like switching places and shit like 50 fucking times. Shit was clean. And then Isshiki fucking karate kicks the nigga like 3 fucking times into some boulders, and I'm like, yo, this nigga getting fucked up. And like, the moment of the fight for me, aside from the Baryon mode, but this is my fourth point, like, when Isshiki was shanking the shit out of Naruto's on his knees, and he puts his bare foot in Naruto's face, like, kicks the shit out of him while he's down, and then starts choking my nigga. Now, that shit actually had me like jump, like, it had me hyped. Like, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Because I don't know if that was added. Because there was like a few things that happened. Of course, the little the compressed Renegon, or not compressed Renegon, but the compressed fucking Rasengan. I haven't seen that shit since the Kara actuation arc, but that came up to play. So there's like a few things I think they tweaked that I don't necessarily remember from the manga. Because like I said, I forgot Sasuke got clapped the fuck up like that. As well as my fifth point. Now the value remix. I felt like they kind of gave Amado the ultimate lead role when it came to explaining the Otsutsuki, the plan, and all that shit. Because in the manga, we kind of had this thing where from the jump, when it was discovered that Boruto was the one that teleported him, teleported everybody to the other dimension, it was kind of from the jump, like Amado was like, yo, Boruto's a fucking genius. Like, he actually knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, this fight is gonna be all in the hands of Boruto. That's like how Amado was giving it up. In the anime, it was kind of like if Boruto realized his true potential, then, you know, we could see things going that way. But hey, man, he has to find it out. Like, it wasn't necessarily a thing where Amado was giving Boruto praise like what we got in the manga. And this, it was kind of like, he was kind of like, hey, fingers crossed that he figures this shit out, you know what I'm saying? And then getting into the, I'm not gonna get into that 6 point because it kind of bleeds in, but there's a thing that I thought the anime, I don't know if they really added it, but it's like Boruto's battle. Like, Boruto was saying this thing where, I've been prepared for this moment. I've been prepared to die since this battle began. I don't know if that was in the manga, but I do like that quote because it kind of opens the door to like this other moment that will happen. Maybe, I don't even know how many, but it might be a minute before you'll see this point. But it's like something that, where he says the battle, it's bigger than just the fight itself. The fight between fucking Isshiki and every fucking buddy saving the village. Like, he has another battle that I didn't necessarily see, and I think that line kind of gave Boruto a bit more maturity earlier on. It's just letting you know where his mindset, where his mind is actually, where his mindset is basically, because we don't really get that I'm ready to die Boruto. You know, we didn't really get that declaration until like a few chapters after all this shit happens, right? Which brings me into my 7th point, and this brings up the Rasengan and all the themes of being ready to die and shit. So when we actually got this chapter in the anime, Boruto was learning the high compression Rasengan. This is when he's like with my nigga Kakashi and shit, and Kakashi's kind of telling him like, you got to be prepared to die, like all this shit. Like, all that was like, he was getting that type of information from Kakashi in the anime, right? Whereas in the manga, we were getting Sasuke. Sasuke with, like, we had that line where Sasuke is in the room and it's just Boruto and Sasuke talking to each other like, hey, bruh, you got to be prepared to die. Me and your dad, we ready to die for this shit. Are you ready to die for that shit? And there's this thing that happens with, when the anime is doing its thing, even though it's so far behind, the anime kind of parallels different messages that are going down in the manga. So it's like, it's always connected. Everything that happens in the anime and the manga is always connected, even if it's like day 500 in the manga and it's only day 33 in the anime, they tell the same fucking, I don't even know how to explain this shit, but they tell like the same, they give you the same fucking message simultaneously. So if you read it and then you watch the episode, you'll be like, oh, they was just talking about that. It's not necessarily that the storyline is all the way connected at that moment, but the themes, they're always connecting themes at the same fucking time. And then finally, the Baryon mode. Now, when this shit first popped off, when we first got the Baryon mode, I wasn't necessarily all that hype in the manga, right? But in the anime, it came out fucking clean. It actually has me real excited for this next episode. That shit looked like they taking the animation all the way up to, I don't even know what level, bruh. But when we got the Baryon mode in the manga, really, to me, it was a distraction from the actual information that was given to us from Amado and Isshiki, right? Because everyone was hyped that he was, like, Naruto was getting this new form. Oh, is Naruto gonna die? What the fuck is going on? Everyone's eyes were in that direction. But no one was really bringing up the fact of Boruto being eaten by the Ten Tails, and how would Momoshiki feel about that? Like, yo, everyone's saying like he's gonna get fed to the Ten Tails, but hey, remember, Momoshiki is within Boruto. Does he have ulterior motives? Like, what the fuck is up with that? Does he really want to be eaten? Because that's Momoshiki's vessel. Momoshiki's already dead. So if he gets fed to the Ten Tails, Momoshiki's clapped up for life, bruh. So like no one was bringing that shit up. So I'm gonna do that shit right here again. But as far as the anime go, Barrymore came out fucking clean, bruh. Like him shooting out that little conversation with Kurama, all fucking fire. And I'm gonna end that shit right there. Episode 216. Way better than I thought it was. Cause like lately I've been feeling like they've been letting me down when it came to the animation. I was talking to my nigga Nick yesterday. I was like, bruh. I low-key accidentally called Boruto trash as far as the anime goes. I was like, bro, this shit trash. Low-key. And then I took it back. I was like, yo, no. I said the wrong thing. The wrong thing came out of my mouth. But I just felt like it was letting me down for the past couple of weeks. But I'm going to try to upload this shit while I'm at work. Because I'm not going to fucking Walmart at this hour, dog. Fuck all that shit. Unless I'm a nigga got robbed and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I fucked with this. Oh, and let me just say right here and right now, tomorrow is chapter day. So, like, bruh, I went on to TikTok, because, like, with the police situation, they pulled up on me, so I was going to, you know, have all my evidence ready, like, yeah, sir, I'm not sleeping out here. I was going, you know what I'm saying, I was going to fib. I'm not sleeping out here. I'm just doing my little anime videos. You see, in Japan, it comes out at, like, on California time, it's like 2 a.m. Japan, I don't know what the fuck time it is in Japan, but right now, we get the shit live right here. So, I was going to have my TikTok account ready to show them I'm just making, you know, reviews and shit. I'm not out here smoking crack. And so when I switched over to my other account for TikTok, like the one where I do the Boruto shit, the first thing I fucking see is a spoiler for the next chapter. I don't know how I feel about this shit, but we gonna talk about it. We gonna read the chapter and then I'm gonna get into that. But I don't really, they doing me. I don't know, dog. We'll see what happens, bruh. I'm still excited. I'm excited. I had a good shift at my 2 p.m. Shout out to all my niggas at I don't even have no niggas out 2 p.m. But shout out to 2 p.m. Good night. Night. Well, I'll see y'all. Hopefully, I don't even know. I'm just dribbling. I'm excited. So see y'all niggas next time. Happy Sunday. Peace. Take care.